Hey everyone, Kim here, Abundant Life Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me for another Mystery Mystic Monday reading. We are continuing our exploration of the energy surrounding the disappearance of Tamia Taylor. She's a vibrant 21-year-old mom, and she was celebrating her 21st birthday by going out with three of her coworker friends on a booze cruise, they like to call it, that was traveling up the Mississippi River out of Memphis, Tennessee. And I believe it was 11 something p.m. at night that they got on the boat. There's not surveillance videos, because there's no surveillance cameras on the actual boat, but people took video, as you do at party situations. People have been submitting what they have in terms of what they shared on social media, or maybe just videos that they have saved on their phone. And she was on the boat, and there's even a golf cart driver witness who said that he had offered her and her friends a ride up the hill from, I guess, like where the boat is, where it docks, and to maybe take them to where their vehicles are parked. And the young man who was with her denied the offer. So that witness claims that he saw her, that she was intoxicated, but he saw her with he said it was like two friends, a male and a woman, but we know that she was there with three people. But nevertheless, his statement contradicts what her friends have reported. Her friends reported that, well, at least the young man who came forward and gave like a statement to the news, that they searched all over the boat forever looking for her. She never came off the boat with them. And so, you can imagine that is causing an uproar, right? So let's explore the energy surrounding that piece of it. Let's first look at this witness, this supposed independent witness. The energy surrounding whether or not the golf cart driver witness is telling the truth. Is the golf cart driver, okay. There could be some negative thoughts about the situation. Okay, so what I'm getting here is that, overall, I get a sense that that witness is telling the truth. He doesn't really have a skin in the game. In fact, I think he's even struggling, feeling a bit, reticent and bad about the situation, bound by, having, I guess he could have done more, but he didn't know, so maybe there's a bit of kind of beating himself up over it. That's what I'm picking up on here. We've got two favorable cards that do indicate that there's some truth here. We have the Ace of Cups and 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Earth. So to me, this is indicating that he is a trustworthy individual. I will say this, I'm not 100% sold on his full account. I don't know why. Hold on. And it's only because of this card, the Eight of Swords. I mean, one of the keywords here, you can't see it, is the ego. I found it interesting that he had his sunglasses on. And to me, I don't know why that, I don't know. I noticed that detail. And it felt to me like he may be holding back something. Now, it doesn't mean that he's not telling the truth. That doesn't mean that. What it could mean is that there could either be a little bit of embellishment, there could be a little bit of having to hold back information or be restricted from having to hold back or choosing to withhold back some other key information that he heard or saw. Okay. And it was almost like wearing the sunglasses was a way of blocking, like, you know, his eyes maybe darting or nervousness, extra nervousness. But overall, he did see her. He did see her. He is telling the truth. There is an element of telling the truth here. His motivations, I mean, I'm assuming that maybe he gets a tip, or maybe, I don't know if it's a free shuttle. I didn't get that impression that it was, that his motivations to offer them rides, yes, to be nice, but also to maybe line his pockets. We got weapons. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean he has weapons. It's just telling me to pay probably close attention to that Eight of Swords. To that Eight of Swords and weapons. Yeah, I'll have to sit with that one. But he did, in fact, see her alive and well. And lost. Maybe he, you know, gets a sense that she seemed lost, or that she needed help, but he didn't help. And that could also be the restriction or the self-imposed grief and negative thoughts around, like, he probably intuitively picked up on something being kind of off with the situation, but he chose to ignore it. Like, he could have heard. I sense he heard something, a conversation between them that he's not able to release. Maybe police have told him not to share everything, or maybe he's just choosing not to share everything. But you see how this person's wearing a blindfold, and they're bound, but the blindfold. So what does that mean? That means your ears are alert. Your intuition is heightened. And so I sense that maybe there were conversations he overheard, and he just kind of turned a blind eye. There was something about that situation that didn't sit right with that witness. I do believe he's telling the truth, though. I do. You're also just noticing here how the hand is lifting the cup up, like so, almost lifting it out of water. So again, like, Spirit is wanting us to see, okay, she was not, you know, if she's in the water, it's not because she fell in on the boat. It would be for a whole nother nefarious reason. But this is telling me that he did, in fact, see her up off the boat, out of the water, okay? That's what it's telling me. The alive card is also encouraging. He saw her. He was maybe one of the last people to see her, you know, actually moving around, right? Not saying she's not moving around now. She could very well be alive still. But that's what we're talking about, what this witness is about. Now, let's move on to the next question. And before I move on, I'm not going to ask about the witnesses who may have videotaped her on the boat. If we need to do another part of this reading, I will. You know, we can revisit it. But at this point, I don't find it necessary. I think that people were videotaping, and that's okay. You know, like that. And I believe the young lady who said that she saw Tamia, you know, dancing by herself at times. She saw her in the night. I think they even talked to one another. I don't have a reason to believe. My intuition isn't picking up on any vibrations there. I just felt like there may have been some withholding of some information from the golf cart witness that I wanted to explore a little bit further, and I did. So that's what we're doing. Now we're going to go right into what are the energies surrounding the friends before the event. So we want to know, what are the energies surrounding? Like, are they cool? Were they good friends? Did they have a falling out? What was going on before? Okay, some kind of instability with earthly matters. We have the Daughter of Earth, Page of Earth, traditionally Page of Pentacles, but in reverse. Something maybe happening at work. Maybe happening at work. Some sort of instability. So maybe someone Can't get ahead. Father of Earth. And someone is getting ahead. I'm going to pull from a couple of different decks here. What were the energies surrounding the dynamics? Yeah, we got money hungry, gold digger, power control. Okay. Somebody in control, somebody has it, you know, maybe moving up or getting promoted, or, you know, has stability in family and work life, or just seems like they have it together and the other person doesn't. Yeah. I don't get a sense that this friend group or dynamic was a, how do I say this? A healthy one. And I'm going to tell you why. It's because of this daughter of Earth. This could represent in reverse some sort of jealous feelings as it relates to somebody's money or status or what they have, or a relationship that just didn't get off the ground with somebody who's like the father of the earth. Or it could be like the money just wasn't, like maybe somebody was about to get fired or got fired, or because we don't know if this friend group, are they current coworkers? Did some of them still work together? Did all of them work together? Did only one or two? You know, we don't know all those answers. So I find that interesting. I don't know. I feel like somebody's also beholden to someone who's got affluence or money. Sure, it could be an employer, but it also doesn't necessarily have to be a direct employer. It could be some other kind of boss entity or person with this father of earth. I think we're going to find out more about this work dynamic very soon. The earth element, or pentacles, represents the season of autumn. So that's next week. So we're going to be getting more and more news about the dynamics surrounding this friend group. And I wanted to know, this is before. This is going to be kind of big. We got repeating cycles, not learning lessons, and patterns. I wonder if she complained to her best friend or a close relative or someone about one or more of these people, or just the work environment itself, or something about these people. Maybe not. But we're going to be finding out something. We're going to be finding out something. It could be that she found out something. But somebody wanted to control a situation. Someone's very money hungry in this dynamic. And I say that also because of the entrapment card. Pregnancy, money, heartstrings is what's on this card. Money, again, money, pentacles. So we've got that. I want to know about, what about during the event? How were they celebratory? Were they having fun? Son of Earth. More money, more earthly matters. Knight of Earth. False starts. It doesn't feel like they were having a great time. Now, I'm going to pull from this oracle. I feel like isolation. It looked like on one of the videos they showed Tamia dancing, and she was dancing by herself, but somebody clearly was holding the phone because it wasn't steady, and she looked happy. You know, she's just doing, you know how like they do the little TikTok, I don't know if they do it on any other social media platform, but on TikTok or maybe Snapchat, I don't know, where there's all these little challenges where you do your little dance routine. She's doing something that looked like a dance routine. She looked completely happy. So I think that for her, she was having a good time. You know, she was loving the vibe. She was feeling admired and really feeling the magic of the night. That's what I'm picking up on here. This is a big spread. I'm gonna have to scoot this over. But then we have this energy, Knight of Pentacles. It just felt like a lot of false starts or late start. Somebody being frustrated. Somebody wanted to control the situation, tired of waiting. frustrated. Somebody's waiting for something to come together, and the plan isn't necessarily coming together. It's taking a while. What's taking so long? That's what this energy I'm hearing. And that's because we have searching, looking for info, and searching is the key word, and that's what stands out to me. Yes, they were searching during this boat trip. They were searching for her, but it feels like they're searching. There's something else going on. Something else. How about after, Spirit? What are the energies of this friends group? I want to ask this clear. What about after? What are the energies surrounding the friends as they relate to her, to Tamia? So 8 of Earth in reverse. Yeah. Delays, plans not coming through or going as planned. Also their world kind of being turned upside down. More pentacles, more pentacles, more pentacles, more earth. There's been nothing but earth. I shuffle this deck all the time. And it's so interesting to me that we've got 10 of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles, many of which are in reverse. Someone feeling like they need to do something. They need to do something, make something happen. Could be that they needed to make sure she was all right, and that became a challenge and they didn't do it, and then it could be guilt that they're feeling. But it just is so trippy to me that it's like, why is there so many elements of money and something not going off without a hitch? What can you say about after the boat, the friends? What did we? So wish. Okay. So I'm going to just say this. I don't know exactly what the friends got going on. Maybe as the reading progresses and we do the part 2, the detailed oracle reading, we can get a better understanding. But if we look at this card, it says wish, hope, praying, yearning. That maybe maybe they were so inebriated themselves that they are confused on the fact that she actually never did come off the boat. Maybe they consumed something allegedly that in addition to just the alcohol, and they really was searching for her, and it turns out no, she was with you all the whole time. And so they're wishing and praying for her to come home or for her to be found. That could be it. However, it also could be that some sort of plan that was running into problem after problem finally was executed and a wish was fulfilled. One card, please, Spirit. The spread is already getting very large. I had no intentions of it getting this big. Yeah, we have guilty, regret, reflecting. So this is where the friend group is, as collectively speaking. We'll see how things shape up. I probably will come back and do a revisit of this case by just going in and exploring the energies of each of the friends if need be. Sometimes, we don't need to add a bunch of noise to the collective, so I'll wait and see what comes out. And if nothing comes out, then we'll come back and ask some additional questions, and we will explore the energies surrounding her individual relationships with each of the parties. Let me know if that's something you all would be interested in seeing. I'm not going to do it needlessly. We want to be very mindful of when we're tapping into these energies, and also be intentional and make sure we bring forth questions. So I'm only doing maybe one more follow-up reading after this one. Or, several little bite-sized ones if we are looking at the individual relationships. But maybe she'll be found, and there won't be a need for that. So I'm also going to be curious to hear from you. What do you all think about all of these pentacles on the table? Okay. Do the friends know more than they are revealing or telling? High Priestess. I would say yes. Some more than others. A woman holds secrets out of the group. One card, please. I say that because the High Priestess has feminine energy. Ace of Pentacles, another Pentacles card. There is someone, one person in particular, who knows a lot, knows the full spectrum of what's going on here. Holds secrets. These cards do affirm that there is some energy surrounding that, yes, the friend group has additional information that they are not sharing. Now, of course, they could have shared it with the police, right? And that's who they're to share it with. They're not required to share it with social media. But, you know, it's interesting that they are not sharing it with her mom, or the stories that they're giving are really inconsistent. And maybe it all could be just like due to alcohol, right? I don't know. That could be it. Obsessive, clinging, possession. Possessing of what? Secrets, clinging on to something. Clinging on to secrets, inner knowing, and knowledge. A mysterious woman. Two women, one man could be, but this friend group does have additional information that I believe would actually, whether they want to share it or not, or whether they know it or not, it would really help with the investigation. But for whatever reason, they feel like they cannot, they are trapped by one or more, is trapped by revealing information, like maybe threats of harm. We saw that in part one with the extortion or blackmail extortion cards coming up, right? So there's some kind of level of worry or threat or fear for their life or fear for their safety. And so that's why they feel the need to clutch and cling on to this information that they have, allegedly. Okay. Now we're going to get into seeing if Spirit will reveal any more about what may have happened to Tamia. Is she or someone else responsible for her disappearance? Okay, we have 9 of water or 9 of cups. The moon. Could be someone else responsible for her disappearance. Water, lots of water here, water energy. And this is an affirmative card of yes, there could be someone who had a direct or indirect hand in her disappearance. Okay, that answers yes. This is giving us the nature of what's going on. We've got a lot of water in this. Now, when you get a lot of water, it could actually mean a lot of water. And sometimes it doesn't take a lot of water to drown. It could take just a little bit. Sometimes it's not even speaking about the physical act of drowning or even the actual water itself. It's speaking about emotions. This is a highly emotional situation. It's only going to get more emotional as time progresses. And we need to recognize that there's going to be high emotions, you know, and naturally so. A mother is missing, but there's secrets. There's not everything is what it seems with this situation with the moon card. Could be some kind of clandestine kind of meetings going on or something here. And a lot of water. I'm going to pull. What may have happened? You know, and the moon can also be associated with something like lunacy or losing a bit of touch with reality. But, you know, it's showing 2 people. It's showing 2 people, not one. Multiple people. Do they call dolphins a school of dolphins? What do they call dolphins when they're all a collective like that? Let me know in the comment section. What may have happened to her? We would like to know where she might be. Well, we'll get to the where in a moment. I just want a couple of cards to just see if Spirit would be so kind as to reveal. Now, I wonder what it could be. Deviant or pervert. Huh. Could be an intimate situation. She could have went off with someone that she didn't really necessarily know. She didn't really necessarily know very well. Partnering up with someone. They could know a little bit more, but afraid to say anything. The witness over here could have even seen the glistening of a weapon, or heard raised voices, or heard a conversation, allegedly. We have here terminated. Now that word is interesting. Terminated, as it relates to coworkers. Was somebody terminated? I don't know. Was somebody recently terminated and feeling highly volatile and emotional? Perhaps. Does this mean that someone's life, God forbid, is terminated? Perhaps. The threat of termination could be hovering over it. And that could be what we were talking about in part 1 about ambivalence. Somebody being jealous and just apathetic to what was going on with her. What was going on with Tamia, like, okay, y'all see her talking to someone, or you see the situation unfolding, you know that she's not, in her right state of mind, but you're not really doing anything to prevent anything from happening. We have life insurance or inheritance. Not quite sure what this is speaking to. It's next to the terminated card. It's worrisome when I think about it, when I think of what it could mean. We also have deviant or pervert, someone who has a perversion, kind of a deviant, someone who isn't quite right in the head and actually would seize an opportunity to take advantage. Maybe even has plotted and arranged for things, some kind of arrangement, some sort of agreement. Not right in the head. She left under false pretenses too, is what I'm getting a sense of. We talked about that in part 1, where she felt like at one point, almost like she was being robbed at one point. And when you're inebriated, sometimes you could feel like somebody's raising their voice or yelling at you or ordering you to go here or there. It may feel like they are robbing you versus kidnapping you, or versus trying to hold you against your will. That's maybe how you are interpreting it. And then we have knife or stabbing. They could be threatening her, that they're going to hurt her, harm her, okay? Or God forbid that they haven't already. It's just like, I don't know. It's so interesting, the energies I'm picking up on. It could be also, there's a lot of people, and like when you think about it, there's Tamia herself, then there's the 3 friend co-workers, then there's all the people on the boat, then there's, various witnesses. There's all this potential collective noise around this case already. So I do think there's somebody else that could be responsible, just based on what I'm looking at with the cards here. The next question is, what happened to her? Where is she now? Where is she now? Is there any clues that we can get on where is she now? And I think what I may have to do is pause for a moment. I think. We'll see. Yeah, maybe I will. What I'm going to do, you guys, I'm going to save this card. This is the 4 of Earth. It's an interesting picture, isn't it? I'm going to pause here. I'm going to take a picture of this part because there's a lot of cards on the table. And I want to wrap up this part of the tarot reading and then do a closing reading, a closing oracle reading for anything else to capture. So I'm going to be right back. Be right back. All right, so now we are exploring the next question, which is, where is Tamia now? We have Four of Stability, Four of Earth. I don't know how to take this one. Could represent being on dry land. It could represent being amongst trees. It could represent, you know, going one with the earth, if you know what I mean. You know, we always want and pray for the best. Okay, so this speaks to the party atmosphere. Like, not very far. Have they checked hotels, lodging, her place where she lives, for clues, information? Maybe places that are like, that has hotels, motels near there, near where the boat, because when I see this concert card, it could represent some sort of venue, but I think it's talking about the party boat and this being in close proximity. Dry land, close proximity. Whatever happened to her happened there on dry land. If she ultimately ends in water as a way of covering up, that's a whole nother scenario. Like almost entangled in something, trapped by something too. And I see this root patterns here. Trapped. Let's also explore this soul deck here. Let's see if anything jumps and resonates. September, she did go missing. She's also a Virgo. There's also, in part one, I mentioned about how her guy friend who was with her, guy co-worker friend, said they were in the line, and this guy who is presumably also a Virgo wanted to celebrate her birthday and give her some money so she could buy herself a drink. So maybe there is something to that, right? I wonder if the police are searching that or exploring that aspect of things, or what they say. Okay. In part one, we got a transportation card, vehicle and transportation. We also got the boot card. I do get a sense that someone who is ultimately responsible may not even necessarily, they might move or they've lived far away before, or have the ability to move, like clear across the country, or that could also make them a flight risk if not careful. I'm just pulling some cards. I don't want to pull too many more to crowd up the energies, but con man, more money elements. So we're asking the question of where she's at, and Spirit's also giving us some additional clues, some additional information. Okay, so we got Four of Earth. Four of Earth. And I'm going to explore that. I might, if I remember, I have a book that specifically deals with location of like with the tarot. One second. It could be like an outdoor situation. So then we have the concert venue, but I think it's more speaking to the party atmosphere that we have here with the boat, everybody having a good time. Lodging, could be that somebody It may be moving from town to town, place to place. Who might be responsible, who might be in the know with something. I want to show you some of these other cards. We have Con Man and Lovers. We also have Female Victim. River, Creek, I mean, that's of no surprise. We finally have a water card. I'm worried, though, that it would be an easy... This is almost too easy, right? Like, if she ends up in the water, that could be an easy thing for someone to get away with something, because she was... The last place that she was known to be was on a boat. But, you know, remember the moon card earlier. You can't take everything for face value. Not everything is what it seems, okay, with this female victim. And at this point, she's a victim, you know, of circumstances, sure, maybe of her own doing, but I don't think so. We have the van here. This is about transport, moving from one place to another. Sometimes also with that card, the lodging, somebody, like I said, feels very transient, like they can move around. And I say that because we got these two cards here, 110 to 160 kilometers. That could be maybe how far she's taken, or you know, it could be like this is how close they were, and then this is how far they may get if given the opportunity with this 1,000 kilometers plus. Okay. We have north, going up north. We can check those spots to see if anyone lives, you know, this far away up north. And then we have here lust, affair, temptation, and infidelity. The keyword that stands out to me is the temptation here. I mean, I suppose infidelity could be a theme, but sitting underneath that Lover's card, that's interesting to me. Someone that, you know, that she could have met and encountered. And then we have June and September. September is when this took place, right? But it could mean of significance to someone's birthday, or when the next time like more news is going to come about, more information. June can also reference someone's birthday, or someone who is involved, or it could represent when important information is coming out about the case. Or these could represent something that happened in the recent past that, you know, police need to look at. Yes, right now she's a missing persons, but there's clues. There are clues, okay, that go back between June and September about this whole dynamic, her disappearance. Now we want to know, Spirit, what is next in the search for Tamia and the investigation. Mother of Water, Two of Earth. Will we ever find out what's happened? Queen of Swords. We may find out things, but it's going to take some time to really unpack what truly happened. I also get a sense people are not going to accept what the answers are that are going to start coming out about what happened, where she's at, what happened to her, etc. There's a lot of infighting, and there's also going to be a demonstration of anger, frustration. This also could speak to a situation preceding this whole event that she may have been a part of. We talked about that early, repeating patterns and just a lot of instability. I do get a sense, though, with the Mother of Water, the Queen of Cups, we are going to get some sort of information, maybe perhaps even within the next 13 days or so. The Queen of Swords is about the truth ultimately prevailing and us getting more insight, and, you know, getting a new perspective on things of what happened. But we're going to also find out about a change early autumn about, and this could be, God forbid, her crossing over, or it could be a shift in the investigation, okay? It could be a shift in the investigation. So, yeah, we have distraction or diversion. Someone is trying to distract us. Someone's trying to divert our attention. Somebody did the same with her that night. We have boat. That's an interesting thing. I mean, no pun intended. There's probably also further evidence of camera surveillance. Not surveillance, I should say. Also, I wondered if there were cameras on the docks. Is what I, you know, like where she was docked. I just get a sense that, you know, more is going to come out. We're going to find out more information soon. Don't worry about that. It's just that I think there's going to be a lot of conflict over what happened and why. We're going to also, there's a hypersensitive person involved, very hot-headed, super sensitive, complicating things. Yeah. I don't know. But let me show you these cards before we wrap up the reading. Okay, so we have distraction or diversion. The boat card could be physical evidence that's actually on the boat. Or around the boat or around the dock. We have our word, non-consensual or assault. Okay, someone, you know, taking her ultimately against her will. And that's why I kept saying that it felt like she was, like there was this energy of her feeling like something was robbed or taken from her. That's the energy that she's emitting or trying to share with us. But yeah, we also got footprints and nothing to lose. Someone in this situation has nothing to lose. And in fact, you may hear about someone maybe getting desperate as it relates to the situation. Someone who's involved is a mother. She's the mother herself. We know that. And I'm spying. Someone checking her out the entire night, making plans. I just can't shake that from like the part 1 reading, that someone was kind of having a hand in how this whole night became a fateful night. Like it just all fell into place, but it was like a comedy of errors, if you will. Like everything was kind of not set to happen. And then at the very end, it all unfolded just as one main person had hoped for and got their wish. And that's really scary. It's a swampy, murky situation. This could be also a physical locale that kind of ties in here. If you look at that, maybe a clue of where something may be. You know, evidence, key evidence. I don't know. You let me know what you think that could mean. I am going to explore 4 of Earth on like potential other locales. I bet it might say something like a park setting. I don't know. Maybe it might say a bank. I don't know what it might say, but I'm curious and I'm going to look it up in my reference book. But yeah, that's what I've got here, folks. More news to come sooner than later. That's what I do know. And I do think we are going to eventually find out what happened to her or get her. But just prepare yourselves, folks. Brace yourselves. This is going to be a wild ride. All right, my friends, take very good care of yourselves. Please, on your way out, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you think about this reading, and also give me your feedback on what came up in your readings if you did readings on her disappearance as well. Let's pray that she is found safe and sound. All right, my friends, bye for now.